So today's topic is customizing the sections into the people profile. So what actually we can customize? So we will be customizing this header into the employee's profile. So you are able to see my cursor, right? These are the customized field into the people profile. In SAP, directly you will be having some fields like a my personal info, my employment, the time, payroll, and according to the requirement, some standard fields are available. Apart from that, if you need any other fields to be added in this section, so whenever you are adding this section, some portlets will be already generated whenever we are adding a section into the people profile. So you can see all these portlets, right? So why we have added some sections into the header. So let's start how to create this employee profile portlets into the SAP SuccessFactors Employee Central. So to create this, we have to follow 4 different steps into the profile. So the first step would be you have to go and work into the configure object definition. So to go into that, let's go to configure object definition. Configure object definition. This is recording, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So here you have to configure one section into the profile. So if at all anything is already created, you can check. If it is not created, we can create a new section. So in a new section, what we can create, what section we required here, whatever the section you are able to create, or you wanted that section into the people profile, that could be created here. For suppose I want some employee information, personal information. Okay, my personal info is already available. So for suppose I want my employee information here. Okay, so just first is already standard one. Have you worked here? Radio team.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
So
Worked as
employee
no.
personal details. Now, effective dating, you can take from a parent, basic, or multiple changes per day. Multiple changes means it will record the history. Basic is just a basic. From parent point, if at all we have created any parent entity, then we can take that. So as of now, you can just take a basic. API visibility is already, it should be yes or editable always. And status is active. MDF in history, we want complete history in the section. So this is also depends on your requirement, whether they don't want the history, you can delete history or no, or complete history based on the requirement. Default screen, we haven't configured any default screen, so we will be not selecting here. If at all anything is created, you can select. So in further steps, we will be also working on the default screen. So our label is automatically generated from here, cust employee center employee personal details. So if at all you want to change the label, you can also remove this cust and just my employee personal details, anything you can write here. Just my employee personal details. Copy, paste, whatever you want, description you can take. API subversion is V1.1. If it V1.0 is a previous one and V1.1 is a newer one. Workflow routing, if at all you have any workflows or you want to give any workflows, you can give or else not. Pending data, which is like approval data, it will be no, yes, whatever it. If you want approval pending process and all, then you can take yes. To do category, object definition, object category, these are all like uncategorized, non-technical, so it is not required that much. So here in this object, whatever field you want to add, now external code name, effective dating is already available. If at all you want any new detail, So whenever you're giving my employee personal data, I want to add whatever the laptop I have given to my employee, I want to add those details as well. Laptop details. Okay, this is just a field I am adding into that custom field. Are you getting, Renu? Laptop details. Okay. So minimum at up to 255 we can take anything, and it is a string. Okay, so string means alphanumeric, and so one laptop is given. I want to add what we can say insurance detail, anything. I'm just giving a normal example, but you can add anything. So I want insurance number to be recorded in this field. So here I will mention as a numeric number, because I want that data to be recorded in the numeric form. So I will take as a number. Now again I want parents detail to be added. So parents details is alphanumeric only, or how many members are there in the family recorded. So alphanumeric anything. And what is okay, let's enough this one. This many fields I will be creating into this section. Now permissions you can check: secured, permission categories, miscellaneous permissions. Now save it. So one step is created. The name must be begin with a okay. Here I have, maybe I have given a space. So here the space, it will not accept the spaces here. Same. Okay, so the object role-based permission secured object, to access this you need to grant the necessary role-based permission. So one object is created, we have to give the permissions to this object. So to give the permission, we have to work with another step. The another step would be manage permission roles. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the, we have to go now, we have to go to manage permission roles. Here we have to give the permission to the object what we have already created into the configure object definition. Okay, so select any role here. System admin will be having all the roles. So I'm just going with the system admin. Okay, now click on permissions. Here you can check the miscellaneous permissions, because sorry, you can check for miscellaneous permission. Okay, so now here you have to check for the object what we have created. So this is the object we have created, and whenever you're coming for the permissions, you have to select for the specific object what we have created. So our object is my employee personal details. Is ready to leave from platform number 3. We wish you all okay, are you able to find anything my employee personal details? Okay, can you see this? My employee personal details. This is the one we have created, right? My employee personal details. Okay, so now you're giving a permissions here. Just click on everything. Okay, now okay, you can give a correct, delete, export, import, whatever the permission you want, you can give, or you cannot. You can uncheck these boxes if you don't want that permissions to be given. Now here field level override. So whatever the fields we have created here, there are some, okay, personal code, laptop, insurance, parents details. So for this fields, whether you want to give the permission for read, write or something, you can check here. So can you see laptop, insurance, parent details we have created. For these fields, whether you want to give no access or read only access, whatever you want, you can give. So let's check read only. Read only means they can just read that. They won't do any delete or add any options there. So as of now, not required. Just for your information, I'm sure. Now done. Now second two steps are done. Permissions given. Our third steps would be UI configuration. So what is UI configuration? Here we haven't given the default screen. Where is that? Default screen we haven't given. So system don't know what to project into the user interface. Now what we are doing, we are giving making the system ready for the user interface. But second step permission done. Third step is manage UI configuration. So to create the screen, manage UI configuration. Here, you have to select this base object. So for all the process, this would be your base object. Just copy it and search. So if at all every already created, you can search. If at all no, then you can create a new. So our base object would be my employee details. Just select. Okay, our details came. Now give the ID for this one. So just let me take my name for reference only. Kavitha@123. Whatever the details we have created, same fields are reflecting here. So for this field, you, if at all you want to add any field, you can add. If and all you want to change the names, you can change. You can edit the properties, you can edit a reference. Okay, so adding the field means just add field, and here this is the name you got. So now user defined. Now I want this employee, just a field. Okay, employee birth date to be calculated here. Just for reference I'm doing this, not so in real time it would be different. Okay, yeah, employee birth date to be recorded, copy and paste into the label override as well. If at all you want to translate in any other language, you can just copy here, or else not required. So our field 6 would be this one, employee birthday, because here it will not accept any spaces. One created. Now add link. If at all you want to add, give any link here. So how to create a link? Now let's take, I want my employee is working in Wipro. So I want that Wipro page to be reflected there. So what I will do, I will just copy the Wipro link and paste it into that profile. Link display, just so enter the URL, link display tab. Getting ma? So now if at all you want to change any sequence, just click on your mouse, drag and drop the boxes. This is the now we have designed the page. Now properties. So what are the properties? Flow, grid and form. So in this thing, any other form you want, you can just check. You can just uncheck that. Flow means it will come like this. Again, grid means again it will be changing. Grid means this one. Now let's take the standard form as a form and save it. Now this one is done. Now we have to go for the fourth step. So once the fourth step is done, we have to make the visibility. Now, to make the visibility, we have to go to the configure people profile. Configure people profile. What we are doing here, we are making the visibility. Whatever we have created, we are making the visibility. So general settings means, you know, right? The header of the employee profile. Okay, now we are creating a section. So to create, whenever we are creating the section, we have to come down, or else if you want any changes here, you can do the other changes. And just go with the down, new column. Go up. Add new section. Give a name to your employee, whatever the name you want to give. My employee personal details. Hmm? Okay. Now just click here and give the live MDF object here. You have to give the live MDF object. Because we are making the visibility. Just drag and drop this live MDF object. Okay. Now we have to give a screen here. So what is the screen ID we have created? This is the screen. Very okay. Kavitha@123 is the screen ID. Just search for that screen. Mm. Refresh it again. Let me check here whether it is working or not in the default screen. Okay, it is coming. Now just save it.
What do you mean by default screen?
What we have created in the screens, how many objects, this many things. So just designing the screen, we'll be adding for the default screen. So we have to add that the screen ID here. So again, it is not working. Let me check again. Refresh. I'm removing some sections. Okay. Just refresh.
దయచేసి వినండి. ట్రైన్ నంబర్ 1, 2, 8, 0, 6, 10, విశాఖపట్నం కలిసిన జన్మభూమి ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ విశాఖపట్నం జన్మభూమి సూపర్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ attention passengers. One, 8, 0, from Lingapati to Visakhapatnam, Janmabhoomi Super Express is coming on platform number 1.
My employee personal details. Apply to all language. So I'm just giving the subsection name here as employee details. Okay. Here we have to select the live MD of object, but I'm not able to create whatever we have done. So let's see whether we can match. One second, let me delete some objects here.
Attention passengers. Train number 1, 2, 8, 0, from Lingapati to Visakhapatnam, Janmabhoomi Super Express is coming on platform number 1.
Let's take this idea which I have created previously. I'm just checking that. Let's check, and if it is not working, again we will delete some changes, delete some objects. Now, screen, we have designed the screen and we have made as a visibility. Now we have to go and check in the live screen whether our whatever the information we have created is working or not. So mostly it will not work because we have to again give the permissions for this field what we have created. So to give the permissions, again we have to go to the manage permission roles. Manage permissions role. Permission role. So again, system admin I'm taking. Now employee view, because this is a whatever we have created, it is for user interface. User interface means front screen, whatever the employee or people will be seeing that. So to make that visible, we have to give the permission into the employee views. Okay, so now whatever the object we have created as my employee personal details. So just check, yeah, my employee personal details. Okay, so just click on this permissions and done. Okay, save changes. So it will take some time for all the changes to be reflected in the system. Just refresh and go back. So now to see the difference, this is the first profile what we have opened. Now my employee personal information is not available, right? It is my employee personal info somebody has created. So what we have created, my employee personal details. Again, open that same profile. William dot, right? William dot.
Is coming on platform number 1.
Okay. Hello. So where is the section we have created? Just check that section. This one. Can you see? My employee personal details. So where it will be? Here. So it is in the corner. If you want to make in the first column or somewhere wherever you want, you can just drag and drop into the configure people profile. So this is the section you have created. You can just drag and make it on the top. Wherever you want, you can just drag and drop the field.
So all these sections which are created by someone, I mean.
Practice, people who are practicing, they have.
So that is all these are created the same way, going to the configure object definition and.
Or you have to follow different steps. What we have, how many steps we have followed? Like some 5 steps we have followed, right? So this is the one. So now we had made into the second section. Now just save it and check into the screen again. So now how many steps we have followed? You have to just make a note, and while you're creating, you just follow and create the set. Okay. Got it?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is the one we have created. If you want any details to be added, you can just add here. So in this way, you can create the custom section into the people profile. Any doubts?
No, it's different from employee profile, right?
Custom section into in the employee profile.
Custom section in the employee.
So you can practice. Now I'm giving a screen to you. You just follow or just remember the steps and follow.
First is going to the configure object definition. And then
first configure object definition. Let me revise again. First configure object definition. In that you will be configuring one object. For that object, you will be giving the permissions into the permissions role. For that object, again, for this object, you will be customizing the screen, that how your screen has to be reflected into the manage UI configuration. Again, based on all these steps, you will be creating the visibility of the employee section in the employee profile. Okay, so this is the visibility. Now, again, for this visibility, you will be giving the permissions into the permissions employee view. Based on that, everything is set. Now, after saving all this permission, you can see the changes into the employee profile.
Okay, so let me just do the practice then. Any other topic to be covered today?
This is enough for today. We'll let me check. Okay, no doubts here, right?
Let me do it. You'll be there, right? Here.
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, so let me just practice
it. Okay, you can practice.
Can I stop the recording?